Is it working? Gotta make sure I'm live. Am I live? Dog, I have no idea. I just gotta pull up on my page, see. Oh, so is it live? It is. I'm terrible, dude. I'm literally terrible with this shit. Like, I don't know what's up with it. Oh, okay. So I just gotta do the thumbnail. That whole thumbnail thing, scheduling lives. I'm not. I don't know. I need somebody to like manage my shit with all this. But regardless, I know it's a random midday live. I actually need to announce the winner. Who I'm actually gonna be DMing that winner. Ain't even no point in announcing. I could just DM the person for the strain. Caught them some stuff for that thing I did yesterday. Which, if you seen the live yesterday, I mentioned that how I was gonna be just pick what you think I should grow, and then I'll from those I'll if I'll I can't even get it out. See, this is why I do YouTube videos and do multiple takes. But I was gonna buy you that strain, whatever. I was gonna buy it to grow next, so it'll be the next seed to harvest for myself, and then as well as I was gonna buy you some to grow along with me, or just to grow whenever, so you can have them, resell them. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to do with them. It's just a way to do a giveaway, man. I feel like seeds, like everybody want damn seeds, and I don't produce them, so why not buy them for myself and somebody else? But right, damn, this shit smells good. Very. So this grind, I'm kind of getting a mix of what I had in here previously, on top of what I got in here now. What I got in here now is very sweet and citrusy. Some people, I had a homeboy say it kind of smelled like orange pills. To me, I didn't really get that. I got the sweetness for sure, but I don't know. I think ever since COVID, everything kind of like my my smell just ain't. It's been different. Like I don't know how to describe that, but like some people say they smell some shit, and I won't be like, I ain't smelling what you smelling. But then again, it's just like palates. Everybody, people have different taste buds, so maybe we got different smell buds too. But right here, I got some from the last harvest of the. What is it? What the hell I just grow? I grew the DNA cake, which that was my first organic grow right there. Grew two plants of the DNA cake, and then alongside that, I grew the Super Buff cherries, which is by the homie VO from Grow More Stress Less. I love that Super Buff cherries. I grew this one out again. Didn't turn out quite like the last time, as far as like. I mean, we ended up getting a little foxtailing on it. Definitely ran it at a lot higher temperatures. Didn't get all the color out of it. I'm talking about, I was up like 82 to 85 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. When growing it in the previous run, I was around. Well, I was like 78 to 83, and then on the previous run, I was around like maybe 72 to 75, 78 like max at one point, but never really went too high. Usually stayed around the low 70s and got a lot more color out of it. I wish I could just show B-roll of what that looked like. Okay, so matter of fact, this is a good point, and I don't want to. So I just did the organic. I was thinking living soil. Um, but dude, for like, I'm talking about this is the worst I've ever seen gnats. Usually, I mean, I grow cocoa, and I'm pretty. Ever since running into them, dealing with them, they were a headache. So I always made like a big point to always do IPM and stuff like that, just because I hate gnats and bugs. They just irk the shit out of me, man. The plants don't really like them either. So, but when I did organic, like I don't know, dude. Those gnats, they were like usually they get in here and then die off, right? They'll get in from outside, and I'll see them fly around a little bit and they'll die. But with the organic, man, they fucking they were happy as hell to see that I was growing organic finally, because they went to fucking ravaging that soil, and just breeding like a motherfucker. I'm talking about like I touch that soil bed and just see so many. I'm talking about like I don't want to say thousands, but that was the most gnats I've ever seen. So that shit made me right then and there. I had that thought in my mind. I was like, I don't think I want to do this organic shit no more. But I'm still gonna do it. I am still gonna do it. I want to do the living soil. I want to get like a little bed going. Those shits look cool. The was like a little mesh screen type of thing where they got the bed going, which I'm assuming they have to have like a little catch at the bottom to for drainage or whatever. But yeah, that's what I want to grow next. If I do like, I mean, the living soil. After talking last night over on the Growers Gauntlet Live, Northern Scrogger, and he was telling me about the living soil and just what to do. And because I'm thinking you had to like after you finish, you had to like do something to it, wait a little bit before you could plant again. But he said you can go straight into it. So since I got that build a soil recipe, if I was gonna do like the bed and do living soil, I would want it to be a big bed. Just throw all the plants in one bed, maybe in the 2x4, and then do like 3 plants in that. I don't know how much soil I would need. I would have to look up the gallon size required. I know what I have right now is 7 gallons. But yeah, which I'm cool with those. I like those. That was pretty fun. Fairly easy. Honestly, what I will say about organic is, other than that gnat issue, I mean, I quickly got rid of them damn gnats, but like, I was gone for a weekend and came back to them fuckers like, what? I was like, bro, what? But with the organics, man, that shit was honestly the easiest grow I done. As far as did next to nothing. I literally did next to nothing. Like, I'm talking about just watered. Never checked runoff. Honestly, a lot of times I just watered to the runoff, and then I would, that was it. Dump my runoff out, and I was it. I did check the runoff one time just for like to say I did it, and when I checked it, everything was like right. I was like, as far as like the pH level and stuff, I was like, shit, all right, we good to go. And all I was doing was just going straight to my tap water, my water hose, filling up a bucket, and watering them that way. Honestly, I neglected them, to be honest. Like, this is my first time having to do amendments, and I don't know about timing and all that. And then I did a bad thing. I'm used to like prepping nutrients, and I can mimic I can remember my schedules, what I fed last, the dosages, milliliters per gallon I gave of whatever input. But with that, honestly, I didn't measure. I would just grab some of the little fucking stuff out the guy green and just sprinkle it in there and be like, fuck it. It's like making Kool-Aid. If you're making it the right way, you ain't about to measure shit. You about to just eyeball it all. Fuck it. So I did that, and it was, I mean, maybe I feel like towards the end, I feel like I withheld nutrients a little bit. And then just towards the end, we got a little bit of, I think that heat fucked them up. Once it got too hot, it was just, I don't know, at that point we started having some issues. Other than that, it was easiest run I ever did. So if you're a lazy grower and you don't want to do shit, I say grow organic for real. Like, if you ain't got, I won't even say lazy. If you just don't have time to do stuff, man, get you some organic and just water that motherfucker. If you ain't got time to prep nutrients, I do feel like that is the way to go. I'm about to see what's up with those, the living soil and the beds. I just want worms, man. I don't know why. I really just want to have worms in the garden, put them in the soil, and just let them do their thing. I think that should be cool as hell. What's up, David? What's up, Stoke? What's up, Q Delvin? I say Marvin already. Shout out to Marvin. The drawbacks. That was another thing. I should have hooked up my pulse thing, the meter, the EC meter and stuff like that to check the moisture content, because there was a lot of times I was just watering when dry, and then with me watering when dry, I'd be like, oh, they're good, forget about them. Then I wouldn't water them the day they needed to be watered, because I was like, wait, did I water? And I was just forgetting, dude. I was like busy. I was being lazy, to be honest. And I think I let them dry. I never at no point did I see them look overly dry. So I actually did a pretty good job with those drawbacks. I don't know what we got down to, but we definitely were pretty much close to the end. How the fuck? I cannot get this little fucker. Yeah, I like worms, though. They cool as hell. And the worm, that's why I was like, I don't know. I just think that's cool that they be having them in there and they aerate the soil and live in soil, I just want to see, like, Bro, why the fuck am I struggling to roll this? I seen that was the guy Aiden Ross. He was like asking somebody to be a professional roller. Somebody sent it to me. I was like, bro, you don't know me. I can't fucking roll for shit. Like, for one, I ain't the fastest. Motherfucker damn sure ain't finna be perfect. But I mean, it's like a 70% chance that I get the job done, you know. It's gonna be smokable. But I ain't no fucking roller. Like, I ain't one of them motherfuckers that's... How the fuck, see? Look at that filter done fell out. Or the inside of the filter. That shit crazy. I usually do 3. That time I did 2. No wonder. And I usually actually roll them with the golf tee. I like rolling my filters around the golf tee, then putting them in there rather than that little S-fold method. Yeah, I can't, like, I try to roll them small. I suck at rolling. Like, for one, I used to roll with blunts and shit like that back in the day, and, I mean, I don't smoke blunts at all no more, but with a blunt, you could, for one, you only breaking the weed up, you ain't grinding it up, you could fucking manhandle the shit out of them shits. Like, I don't never really remember ripping a fucking, like, a blunt unless it was, like, a stem in there, and that shit, you know, fucked it up. But other than that, so when I came to doing joints, bro, I was manhandling the shit out of them, dude. I don't know what was up with me, man. I was like, fuck, bro, like, calm down. You beating the shit out of this shit. Like, I could not be gentle. I was just ripping the paper and getting frustrated. I was like, damn, I might just smoke a bomb. But yeah, so the only reason I found out that when I roll them bigger, it made it easier for me to roll. So I don't roll big for the fact that, like, oh shit, this shit look cool. I roll bigger because the fact that I can't fucking roll, and it's easier for me to roll them bigger as opposed to a smaller one. When I was trying to roll them like small, the only way I could do it is if I rolled a cone without any flour in it, and then from there stuffed it. That was the only way I could roll anything small. If not, I don't know. It's just not a lot to work with. My hands, I don't like fucking with small things, like small little pieces, doohickeys, fucking nails, and just anything small, bro. That shit pisses me off, like, bad. Like, I throw a damn temper God, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Temper tantrum. I don't know. I don't fuck with small shit, bro. The way it makes my hands feel, like, it's just aggravating, dude. Bro, this shit tastes good. Oh my god. I haven't smoked the Super Buff cherries in a while. The only reason I really want to smoke this one right now, because that shit's gonna give me like that productive, like it kind of gives me that, I'll be in that flow state off of it. I got energy. Cause I got some other shit. I don't want to smoke that shit. Cause that shit, it's midday. That shit gonna have me wanting to go take a nap or something. It look like a cigar. Nah, dude. There's some people that fucking like the people that use the like these the glass tips. The people that use the glass tips. Those people, bro. Like, for one, I had to use 2 papers to get this glass tip to fit, and this fucker was fat. But I don't see how people use, like, well, that was a 14 millimeter. That's actually for a blunt. But even like the 12, I don't know, those glass tips, bro. Some people, like, I need room. I got to use the king size wide because I need some room to work with. But some people, they don't need fucking nothing. Good morning, Kevin. But some people, they don't need no room at all. I need some room to overlap, and I need room for error. But some people, they don't need nothing. They gonna stuff that motherfucker and make it work. I can't do it. The dog's in here, so if they get high and start acting funny, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. They just gonna be chilling. Yeah, I tried ladybugs. David, there was one time, the last time I used ladybugs, I actually had them living for like a month. I was very proud of myself. Yeah, there were some that died, but the amount of them that lived, I was very surprised, and it controlled the gnat issue. But then I just hate it every now and then. You know, they just get everywhere in the light. You know, heaters, whatever you got, them motherfuckers just get in there and die, dude. They be in, like, and then you got to sweep them up. They just be everywhere. So that's when I went to things that, like, you can't see, like predatory mites. I fuck with predatory mites. Like, I know there's a bunch of different species of them. But yeah, I fuck because I mean, for one, you can't see them. Uh, and speaking of seeing them, I had an embarrassing moment. I'll tell you guys about it just because we're here. So I'll be posting little close up shots of my weed and shit. And so I was using predatory mites for the gnats, right? And then one of the videos, you could see one of the predatory mites. I was so zoomed in, you could see the little fucker move a little bit. And bro, somebody thought it was like just a regular ass bug, and I'm like, oh, that's a predatory mite. But I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even see that. I was like, damn. I mean, I'm glad I was able to explain that. But if not, that shit look embarrassing. I'm like, this motherfucker got bugs in his shit. But me, I would assume like, oh, it's maybe a predatory mite. But I was like, damn, when I seen that shit, I was like, hold on. I said, oh, you damn sure can't see it. I said, hold on, let me explain this. I said, nah, bro, that's this. It's alright. I'm gonna let it get going. Cause right now it ain't really, the taste ain't really there yet. There we go. Now let's kick it up. Yeah, I'm gonna start going live more. I want to get a schedule going. I want to do like a show of some sort. Like I seen them. Who was it? I seen some of the guys they were doing like Jeopardy and shit like that. I thought that was cool, but I was thinking more along the lines of like, or they were doing trivia. I was thinking more along the lines of like Jeopardy. I have some people come on, like 4 people, and we switch out the panel every time, just picking random people. And I'm only talking this and putting this out there. So if y'all see anybody do this, tell me. And I'm gonna say they stole my damn ID. I need 5% off top. But now I was thinking about doing that. Have 4 contestants come on, and then just like I don't know, whatever I could do. I have to game plan that with everybody in the Discord, which ain't in Discord. Jump in the Discord link somewhere, hell, on the channel. If not, I'll drop it in the comment section. I'll go do that right now actually, because I know it ain't in the comment section. But yeah, I want to do something. But I just got to set up the whole thing with the giveaways and figure out what it's going to be given away and not. Of course, grow equipment, seeds, that's like a must. But I want to kind of like up it a little bit, man. I want to do something. I don't know. I used to think like Jeopardy and spin the wheel. I used to think that shit was cool. It's like one of the things that you can just watch, like background noise, kind of. You ain't really like you watching, but you ain't like you can not watch too. Every time I see the glass, I think crack pipe. What glass? You talking about the pipe? When I see pipes, I be thinking like pipes. I feel like okay, so I feel like as weed, I mean, weed is definitely a lot better and it's the best thing out there, but it's definitely a lot better than like crack and all these other different drugs, right? But I do feel like in the weed world, if all those drugs didn't exist, like I feel like the dabbers would be more like the crackheads. Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, as long as it's weed, that shit good regardless. But they would just be the crackheads of the weed. They like the crackheads of the weed community because, like, I remember the first time I seen like a dab rig and just like even just like the pipes, the little regular pipe where you got the finger on the side, bro. Them motherfuckers, like, I remember the first time I seen one of that, and I was working at this water park. Found out this dude. He asked me if I smoked and I wanted to pull up to his house. I was like, fuck it. He the older. Like at the time I was younger. Shit, he a little older. I'm like, shit, man, he older. I'm going to hang with a cool ass dude. Fuck yeah, I'll pull up, bro. I go over there after work. We fucking smoke, and bro, he handed me that. When he pulled out the pipe, I looked at that motherfucker and I was like, no, because he told me at work, he had told me he did acid one time, and that kind of like, I was like, oh, at the time I knew people that did acid, so I wasn't judging, but I was like, at the time I was still questionable about that type of stuff. I was like, I don't know now, maybe I don't want to go. But when he pulled out that pipe, bro, he might as well pull out a gun, brother, because that's how I was scared. I seen that glass pipe and was scared. I was like, ain't no way I'm finna go out like this. Oh, hell no, I'm not peer. You not peer pressure me and doing no crack. And then he said, so I was like, bro, what's that? He said, oh, you put the weed in it. And so I was like, let me see it. Had to examine it first, make sure there wasn't no other residue. Because, I live by crackheads and shit like that. I grew up seeing the crackheads and shit. I wasn't finna be one. So I had to inspect, bro. I was like, dog, what is this? I hit that motherfucker and I was high. I was high as shit. That shit hit me hard. I ain't like it though, cause them shits be like bongs and all that shit. Like me personally, I can't taste the weed, bro. All I taste is like I really try not to taste it. To me, it's like I gotta take a shot, pretty much. Like, you know, when you take a shot, you just straight to the fucking throat. You ain't really trying to let that shit sit on your tongue, unless you like one of them whiskey lovers and you'll swish it around in your mouth or wine or whatever. Me personally, I don't want to taste that shit. It's disgusting. I just go ahead and get back there. We gone. But the bongs and pipes, man, them shits taste like ash, bro. Like to me, maybe I'm hitting them wrong. Maybe there's a few times where I hit it and it's like I gotta hit it a certain type of way, but maybe I just ain't hip with the tech yet. But I just don't. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. What's that? What is in there right there? I couldn't imagine that, boy. I would have fucked around and OD. My dog's name. So I got two dogs right here. I don't know which one you saw on the screen. It's probably Gator right here. That's the pit bull. For my pit bull breeders out there, there's I won't even get into all that. We'll say because pit bulls, when you get into the breeding community, I used to be a breeder, but boy, I classify bullies, all them motherfuckers, as pit bulls, bro. It's just that simple. But a pit bull lover, they're like, well, no, he's too big to be a pit bull. He'd be more like the bully realm, blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, shut up, bro. They all look the same, bro. It's like saying, to me, it's just like saying, okay, you see a white man in Florida and you see a white man in Washington. Them both white men, right? Like, what the fuck? Maybe that's not a good reference, but to me it made sense. I'm just like, bro, y'all like. But yeah, then that's so Gator is the pit, and then the Doberman, that's Kala. What's up, girl? I love both of them. But I have definitely become. I used to only be a pit type of person. Like that's the only dog I like. That's what we grew up having. Nothing but pits. Fucking all my life, always had a pit. But then for some reason, certain events happened. I really wanted a dog that was on like. For one, I like pit bulls because they muscular. I feel like they. People say I look like my dog. It's just because of the eyes and we both light skinned. But I just feel like in that realm, dogs is like pit bulls. They bigger and they muscular. They have a more mean appearance. I don't want no damn. Ain't nothing wrong with small dogs. I think small dogs cool as hell, like to be just chilling with. But like, I want something that's like you gonna question some shit. Even if the motherfucker, even if he is friendly, you still gonna question shit. But luckily, I got some soldiers right here. But the Doberman, I wanted her to be like top notch, like protection, guard dog, and whatnot. Which she is definitely well trained. I fucking trained her myself. I always wanted to be a dog trainer too, to be honest. That was like my lifelong goal. I was like a dog breeder at first, like early, like 18 area. Like when I first got my own dog and shit, I was like, that's what I want to do in my life, be a dog breeder. And then transition to like, I want to like be just a dog handler. I want to train people's dogs, train dogs here and there. Because I always trained my dogs myself. And then, I just would learn more and more each and every time. And then I wanted to get in that. Never did it though. Never did it. I trained a few people here and there. I train a few people's dogs here and there. But I mainly just train my own. Well, bullies. So there's different classifications of bullies. I know we smoking and talking about weed, but you got like the pocket bullies. Those would be the more shorter, closest to the ground. You got the XL bullies. You got some bullies that don't even look like bullies. It's a whole realm of it. That's why I classify all the motherfuckers as pit bull. Cause what is bully short for? Pit bull. Like they just trying to change some shit, bro. Like, but I do agree with you. I classify him. I agree with you exactly what you're saying because to me, I call him a pit bull because to me he doesn't resemble a bully. A bully has that more like the dog from fucking a little swole appearance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what I classify a bully as. I will say there are different dogs, you know what I'm saying, pit bulls and bullies, and I just wouldn't classify him as a bully, but pit bull breeders would try to classify him as a bully, but to me, he's a pit bull. Yeah, he just big. Yeah, he 100 pounds, so what? Motherfucker, and he ain't got no nuts. 100 pounds, he was 105 pounds of nuts. Now, this shit straight. I'm fucking it up, though. The ash started getting in there. Had a nice little ring. when that ash start to drip down into the ash, you get that nasty little taste for a second. Yeah, bullies are built like bulldogs because I think it's like well, they took bulldogs to I don't know all that breeding shit, all the lineage of how they created them. But yeah, no, I agree 100% with you. Yeah, every dog, and I seen somebody argue about that recently on Twitter. They were like saying like, "Oh, dogs is fucking, it's in the genetics," which it is. Up until I got a Doberman, I thought it was like person specific. I don't know. She was just like naturally protective, and they are like the most inbred dog for that sole purpose is to have that genetic lineage to keep on being a protective type of dog. So I do agree with that to an extent, but it's all about how you raise them as well. Because a lot my dog is very protective, but in a certain way. Because she could have just grew up and been aggressive since she has that nature, but because of the way I raised her, she just more of in that you know protective role. But hell, she could easily be aggressive. Like, but yeah, I seen somebody trying to argue and saying like, "Oh, ban all pit bulls and all this shit," and I just ignore that shit because I don't even want to get involved in it. Because like, whatever, bro. Feel how you feel. To be honest, I don't care. You ain't finna come get mine. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying, brother. What them motherfuckers say when they was trying to get their weapons? I wish you would come take mine, boy. You ever seen me behind a sniper rifle? Let alone motherfucking. Ah, I lived a different life. I lived a different life not too long ago. Out of the military now, though. What's crazy though? Yeah, I won't even. Motherfuckers just be tripping about dogs. I don't get it. If you got a nice dog, raise it well, treat it well. That's the biggest thing. If you just treat your dogs well, man. I hate people that just get them, stop loving them after they stop being puppies. It's like, bro, you knew what it was. Like, would you do to a kid like that when it's no longer a toddler? Well, I feel like most parents are ready for their kids to surpass that toddler stage, but I don't get it. But yeah, this right here is burning nicely. I don't know if you can see the ring on there. Like that high I said, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the high more in my head. Um, like more like chest level, head level. I don't know how to describe that, but it don't really feel like it's heavy on me. Like I've been like shaking my feet this whole time. Not that it's giving me energy, but just like I just know I can get up and move. Like I feel good. Mr. McFrosty, this right here is the Super Buff Cherries. Um, this is the Super Buff Cherries number 26, I believe. This is the breeder's cut from the homie Vo over at Grow More Stress Less on Instagram. Also, growmorestressless.com. He got a lot of the things I've grown from him. I liked the lemon berry. I was a fan of that one. Super Buff Cherries. The Sub Zero, that one was fucking. The colas on that were huge, and I love that one. That one actually had more of like a fruity pebble-ish type of smell to it. I love the terps on that one because I just like fruity pebbles in general. But it was like creamy and fruity pebbles, which I think that one was like Oreos to something. I don't know. That was a good one. And then he has. I'm actually just popped some more of his stuff from the high fructose corn syrup line, which I don't think that's the collab with Cutthroat, fucking Craft Farmer. I think this is its own separate thing. The high fructose corn syrup, which I'm growing the platinum black amber and ambrosia sherp Scotty. Every time like I add a new genetic to the library, I go to forgetting the names of the shits. It has to be. I'm bad with names in general, so I got to sit there on them for a little minute. Eh, no, yeah. I agree with that, David. Love don't matter if wires are crossing the brain. Yeah, because some people, hey man, you see it with humans all the time. People don't be knowing these motherfuckers are mass murderers and shit like that, and they be like, he would never, and then boom, he does it. So you truly do never know, though. That's the case with everything. You never know what's going on in anybody's mind or what they do on their own time. How's that smoke? What strain is this? But yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Like I said, it's got that more like uplifting type of high. You can do stuff, and I've heard that from multiple people. Like I remember my brother smoking. He ain't a big smoker. Like he only smokes my shit, and then when he smoked it, he was like, bro, he said that shit good. He said I don't like that shit that like put me down. He said, but that shit was like it's like the opposite. He's like, I can get out. I went and played basketball and shit. I was like, oh yeah. I said it's nice. I was like, I was like knocking out videos and shit. So I was like, I can agree with you on that. And Justin, you inspired me to take the leap to DWC. Question: I set up my res, added newts and pH, and got my seedling going. Ran it for a day, and apparently didn't rinse my clay pebbles enough. So there. No, I've just recently started talking about this with the clay pebbles. I never really knew from the beginning, but the clay pebbles, they're very alkaline. So if you see your pH increasing, whether it be DWC or Autopots, I found out via Autopots because when I was growing them, I used them at the air base at the bottom, and that was the part that's touching the water, so they were constantly sitting in there, and the pH was just going crazy in there. I also didn't rinse them that well either. I didn't boil them or anything like that. I try to rinse a good bit, but I don't think I did a good enough job. But even then, I just decided I'm not going to use hydrogen no more in the Autopots. I got the bases. But for DWC, the water doesn't really sit on the clay pebbles. Or maybe at first, if you got a seed and it's not the tap root isn't in the water yet, you'll have it sitting on the clay pebbles. But after that, you'll have that air pocket down there, so it probably won't be too big of an issue. But yeah, man, with DWC is very finicky. Like I can only do for the temperature purposes. I can only do DWC in the winter months or the cooler months. Because a lot of people ask why I don't do DWC. I was like, it's too hot right now, bro. Last time I just tried to do one recently in the summer, wasn't having it, bro. A lot of my other plants, I'm rocking, room temperatures 78, 82 degrees max. Like, and then at night we dropping down to like that 70, 72 degree range. But other than that, like my plants can't take that shit. Like, so DWC just quickly root rot. I was like, damn, well, quick little reminder. Because I had a successful grow in it when I did that comparison between the grow box and then just the regular standard 5-gallon DWC setup. Nah, yeah, the dog wants some. They be chilling. I always wonder if they like get high. I have given my dogs, not her, but I have given him a little edible one time, but I gave him I had another dog at the time. I gave it to both of them. The other dog didn't eat hers because I had given him one before, and he did amazing on it. He was cool, but when he ate two of them because the other dog didn't eat hers, he was tripping. I felt bad. I was like, I ain't giving you these no more. It was like the not edible. Fucking what is it called? Nah, it was edible or a CBD thing. Whatever, a little CBD treat. It was when I got from somebody. So I think it might have really been edible. I don't know. Regardless, that motherfucker was tripping. Yeah, I'm pretty much everything fruity, gassy. That's my type. I'm a huge fan of the sherb. That little smooth sweetness from there. That sherb is nice. I'm a big fan of anything with sherb in it because I always get a hint of sherb. That's why I've been on that permanent mark because it's got that sherb in it, but it's also got a little gas to it. But I'm a huge fan of the fruity flavors. Like this, the Super Buff cherries, it's citrusy. Yeah, DWC though, I mean, regardless, it is difficult, but you got that ability to the motherfuckers grow. They grow really fast. Like I remember, like I previously grew in soil. Then when I switched to DWC, I remember just talking about it in my videos. Like I go to work. I would check them in the morning, go to work, come home later that evening, and I would see so much growth. I mean, I see that now, especially like Autopots are damn near DWC. And then, I got the auto irrigation, water multiple times, so I see a good bit of growth. But just DWC, it's like, bro, you can come back and check in an hour. That motherfucker is like growing. If everything's going right, they grow so damn fast. But it's just once you run into issues in DWC, it fucking sucks because it's so easy. There's like a small window, man. Everything can be so perfect, and then just one thing, boom, and now you're having a battle of your life. I hate that too. You get up into, especially when it happens like flower and veg, you can like, all right, work with it. But everything's perfect, and then it waits till like mid flower to start fucking with you. You're like, no. Like right when I needed you the most. There's also been times with water changes. I remember I didn't used to water change at first. I would just keep topping up. And I ran into a lot of issues then. Definitely got the job done, but was being lazy. Hey, I'm running 3. What up, Reginald? Shout out to Montreal. That's it, right? Is it Montreal or Montreal? Like Montreal Canadiens? The hockey team? I follow hockey a good bit. About to go on vacation. Autopots will run for the first time. Any advice on pH setting and reservoir? So I posted on a few of my videos, but you can go look on their website, go to the manual, the brochure, whatever, and just look up the recommendations. But it does say when using cocoa, the pH between 5.5 and 5.6, because there will be like an upshift. I like to go 5.8 usually. So with going 5.5 or 5.6 for that natural updrift through the tubes and that little air pocket at the bottom, it'll probably raise up to about 5.8 to maybe even 5.9. So that's what I go for. I usually pH right about 5.6. And you'll be good. I did that for a whole 2 weeks. I prep my reservoir. I got the 25-gallon drum, so they'll be going like 2 weeks. A quick note, I forgot who said it in the Discord, but somebody put me onto the whole putting like a little water pump inside the reservoir, so it's always like the little air circulation, so it's always moving. So the water's not just being stagnant, because, I mean, in the day, stagnant water isn't good. But, I mean, if you got nutrients that aren't really, like, that are very water soluble and, like, pretty clean, there ain't going to be no issues. One issue I did run into was at the bottom base of my air pot, it got clogged. So I had a plant that wasn't getting any water because it was clogged. Because I cleaned everything, but inside, when you lift it up, there's that little black piece right there where the hose comes out, where the water actually comes out, where the hose connects and that water's flowing out. There was it had got a little gunked up right there, or it was like a leaf or something. I think it was a leaf. And I was like, bro, what's going on? And I was like, why does this shit happen? And I was like, because I had it happen before, but I didn't know the reason. This time the other time I just picked it up, put it down, and it worked. This time I lifted it up and seen that. I said, oh, okay. Which I know they sell a product, crop salt. It's called Run Clean, and it's not like cleanse. It's not like the hydrochloric acid or whatever the hell. I can't say shit. I don't know. I'm bad with names, which what I'm talking about. Like the Athena Cleanse and products like that. Those are like good for keeping it sterile and whatnot. But the Run Clean actually helps like get rid of like the gunk or whatever. Supposedly, I haven't used it myself, but I've been thinking about trying it because I got like a homie pushing phosphorus. He uses it for the autopots. And he crushes in autopots. He's the one that put me on the autopots. Let's move. Nah, yeah, this shit's nice. I don't let it get a little uneven. Happy Thursday. Damn, it is Thursday. Oh, shit, I got work. I forgot. Yeah, Dobermans are cool, man. Dobermans are the fucking... I said the same thing. I said Dobermans are, like, my favorite dog. Like, they so fucking smart. Like, people think I'm some fucking, like, top-notch professional dog trainer. I'm like, I promise you it was easy. I said, smartest dog ever. Any trick I need to teach her, just anything, bro. She picks up on everything so damn fast. Yeah, I'll pH to 5.8 in flour. I like the pH in 5.8 in flour because in flour I like to rock a higher EC. I like to go about 6.1. Um, so I'll pH to 5.8, and if it drifts up to that, that's fine. But yeah, when I was in Mexico, hell, I was going for like over a week, and my plants did just fine. No issues. Came back fucking amazing. Being going that long though, I like to have everything automated. But even though you know everything's automated, things can still fail. So like, I still check my plants. Like I like to still go on my grow multiple times a day. Like, so that shit was like, I'm sitting there like, dang, never been away for this long. I've been away for like, I mean, 2 months and had somebody like, looking after them for me. But I ain't never been away for like a week and had nobody to take care of it because it was automated. Everything was good. Eventually my humidifiers like got empty or whatever. But I wasn't tripping off, humidity being off for a couple of days. I'm actually about to start working on this seed to harvest for this grow, the Super Buff cherries, which this is from Clone, and I grew that alongside the DNA cake, and that's my first organic grow, which I haven't smoked that yet. I'm gonna be chopping it down actually this weekend, and then drying that up. Well, no, it's drying right now. I'm gonna be trimming it up this weekend, and then sampling it, and then I'll let it sit in the grow bags, and I'll try it again throughout the week and whatnot. Get a feel for it. Probably hop on live, talk about it, compare that against the Super Buff cherries, and it just being my first organic run. Seeing if maybe if I grew some in cocoa and then or grew some like with bottle nutrients and some in organic, I could sit there and try to like tell the difference, because I've seen people say they can tell the difference between something being organic. They could like, they could smoke something like, oh yeah, I know this is organic, or this is grown in cocoa or Rockwell or DWC, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to pick up unless I sat there like forever trying to figure it out. But maybe it's, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a difference if you grow it like top notch. B Snacks, what's up, man? Oh, Robert says my biggest problem with my DWC is sometimes the roots grow into the drains, blocking the return flow. So are you doing like a RDWC? Like talking about the drains onto the next bucket? Dude, I was on the second floor of my lab when I was running DWC, y'all. Okay, there's a lot I gotta tell y'all about, and I'm gonna tell y'all about it one day. Um, I don't always follow the rules, but anyway, I was in an apartment at this time. Um, Before I bought my house, and bro, I was on the second floor. Had this old lady underneath me, and then her husband was blind. Cool ass people. They cool as hell. Motherfucker, she had this dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog was it was ugly. But I ain't judging. No, I love all dogs, but it was one of them ones that like, I don't know if y'all ever seen the huge body with the tiny leg. I don't know, it was crazy. Like I was like, oh my god, he's like, what is this? But I would play with him and stuff still. But anyway, cool people. The blind man, I'm not too sure about the blind man. I think I've said this before, but we saw him working on his car one day. Like hey, I'm talking about like glasses, cane, tapping the floor, got to be guided, and this motherfucker was underneath the car working. I think he was just changing like the filter. He was a mechanic in the past, so maybe he just had that shit like memorized. But I was like, dog. Anyway, he blind, not deaf, so they could hear. So anyway, but I used to grow on the second floor, and I would have my dogs, and then I had my grow little room. I had grow tents in there, like had like three of them. Had DWC going, bro, and you know them loud. I had one of them loud ass. It's always sitting there vibrating. So what I did was I hung it instead of having it on the floor because that motherfucker was vibrating so much. Of course, I used to say I had like a fish tank and shit like that, and the air bubbles. They never asked about it, to be honest. I don't think they ever heard it. I don't know, but that shit just seemed like it would be so loud that they could hear it because I could hear it from outside the room. So I was like, being below, I mean, I'd be hearing the people above me fucking shit. I can hear they had hunching, bro. Like should be like it was easy to hear shit. So I know they hear this loud ass fucking thing going. But they never said anything. But so what I did was I just hung it from a string or one of them little clips, and I hung it from the tent. So at least it's not vibrating directly on the ground. So maybe I don't know. But I was always worried about that shit. And then I remember one time we was trimming, first time trimming, and they complained about the smell. Bro, I'm talking about. I was like, huh? I was like, I blame it on the people. I said, yeah, the people. I said, I be smelling it too. I said, the people above us, they always smoking. I was trying to play it out. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. But then after that, I made sure I got like filters and stuff. I went and loaded up, bro. I was nervous, and I never had an issue after that. Yeah, indeed. Well, I found that in general, you don't need to veg that long. Like every time I veg longer, my results tend to not be that good. Like I do feel like I don't want to say there's an over veg, but like me personally, maybe I'm just like because I keep feeding the same exact thing. Maybe needs change, um, but the plants never, even though they look they're healthy looking. They just I don't know. Like when I think it always turns out better when I'm surprised. Like when I flip something when I think it's too early, I'm always surprised by the results. But I've never been surprised by the results when I try to veg it longer for some reason. There was one time I had some shit that got like the clones got taken late, so they started like a whole week after, and I flipped the ones at 3 weeks and those at a week in the veg, and bro, they look like fucking literally no, like they caught up to them motherfuckers, bro. I was like, what? And the buds is just way bigger. I was like, how the hell? So now I gotta start paying attention to that more. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was just a coincidence that run. Sir, in the living soil. We were just talking about living soil. B snacks. Yeah, I need to get the. I don't know if you guys can hear in the background. I need to get the new AC Infinity. I know they made a second. What is it? Fucking a newer fan because the last one had problems, and I'm starting to get that noise from it. But I know they do exchanges and shit like that, so I'm gonna just send it off to them to replace for free or whatever. There was one time when I was living on that second floor that I spilled some water, and it was a good amount. I mean, it was a whole 5 gallons. And dog, I mean, I didn't know, but I was thinking like I had just had a friend that had an aquarium, his fish tank bust. So I was like, bro, what if that shit like floods their house? But nah, never did. There was one time though that the washer flooded they shit though, but it wasn't no damage. Bro, flood trays are expensive as fuck. And dude, if you I ordered two 4x8s. They're 4 feet by 8 feet. And dude, they had to be for one, they're so huge they had to be brought here on the this is the first time I heard of this. I forgot what they call it, the freight shipping where they just carry them on a semi truck. I didn't know that shit, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is this and why expensive? Like, they already like cost a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, but I finally found some decent price ones and they are they just cost more than I expected them to cost, I guess. And then, but the shipping cost just as much, bro. And the amount I paid for them, I was like, bro. And I only use one of them to this day. So I got three. I mean, some of them came with cracks in them, so I had to like do some tape in them, and they replaced them. But the ones that replaced them was cracked again. So I was like, whatever, bro. Like at least they functional. They do the job. It ain't cracked in the place I need them, not to be. There was one that like there's a hole in the motherfucker. I had to patch it. But other ones it's like cracked on like the top edge that you would grab. So that's just aesthetics. But they cool though. They make it easy. But lately I've been contemplating just going all Autopilot. But I want to do that because like I feel like it's good practice. I can tweak things. Autopilot is just like set it and forget it. Whereas those shits I'm able to play with my irrigation, drawbacks and all that. I just feel like I'm doing science for some reason. Like I really feel like I'm growing. Like I don't know. I be feeling cool as shit. Yeah, I'm actually before I get off, I'm gonna mention that Reginald I just seen about the giveaway. I'm actually gonna be picking a winner for that giveaway. I was supposed to do it last night, but I got tired, so I'm hitting the winner up today. So be looking for that. Be paying attention. That way I can quickly get your stuff sent out, or get with you so we can figure out address, all that, so I can order them seeds for you. So just let y'all know I am hitting the winner up today. Wait, damn. So you end up getting aphids? Yeah, man. Fucking bugs is annoying, bro. But I have found some stuff like use for any bugs and stuff like that. For what you want to do is don't within 2 weeks of spraying it. Make sure you don't like spray any oil based things or whatever, but sulfur. So whatever you're gonna spray, like if you want to spray like some sort of Athena IPM or like I got the Athena IPM and I also copped as like a secondary that I alternate between the just it'll be my first time using it, but that the Power SI, their their insecticide that they just came out with or whatever, that one smells different than Athena. Athena, that shit smells good. That shit smells so good. This one, it got some of them oils in it, so it got a nice smell too. There are some that be smelling, but this one like it's decent. Um, I'm rating it like it's cologne or some shit, but I just sprayed it. It ain't a bad smell at least. So I sprayed that out, so I'm gonna be checking that one out. But I like to treat them with the Micronized sulfur. I forgot what the mixing rate. If you look up Wolverine Grows on YouTube, he did a video on it where he covered, I believe it's like, what is it? I don't know how many tablespoons. I'll say like 2 ounces or four. I think like 2 ounces per gallon or 4 ounces of it per the mix rate per gallon. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I want to say 4 for some reason, but I could be totally off. But yeah, I would check that video out. I think even on like packaging, you can look it up online. Hell, recommendations on those site. But that one's a really good one. I remember one time I had thrips and I sprayed that shit, and dude, I was trying some stuff and them motherfuckers are just surviving. Um, so then at the time I just had like some store bought stuff from like Lowe's and whatnot because I didn't feel like dropping all the money on like the Athena IPM and all the other stuff. And then I hit him with that Micronized sulfur, and boy, that shit, I ain't never seen none crawling after that. And then after that, I would just every couple twice a week I would do like I got the Athena IPM at the time, and I would do that twice a week. And ever since then, I ain't really had no issues. Also, all those gnats at the time, wasn't no issues other than this organic run. But then I quickly got rid of them. That shit was just like, bro, what the hell? Because they get in from here and there. They just get the damn. That was the first time they were able to have an environment to like thrive in. Other than that, the motherfuckers just die off when they get inside. But alright, y'all, I'm finna hop off. I got to go get ready for work, and I gotta eat me something, bro. I'm fucking high, and I'm just starving, to be honest. I feel good. I do like that super buff cherries right now. I'm gonna have to smoke on it a little bit more. Try that DNA cake. I'll hop on here talk about those, but I'm a fan of it. I don't think it's my best run for sure. I would rate it lower than the previous one for sure. But I'm gonna have to sit on it a little bit. It's also fresh. Ain't even finished drying, so we'll see. Maybe my opinion on it may change this run, but right now my last batch of it was way better, and I get that one like a 6. The other one I would say was like a 7.58. This one, but it ain't bad. I just everybody else, all my friends and everybody gonna tell me, bro, this a 10, this a 9, this a maybe the lowest I hear is an 8. But I'm harsh on my shit, bro. Like I'll say some shit as a 4. Like I had some shit I said was a 4, and everybody was like, bro, what? You're tripping? Like ain't nothing out there like this. I said, yeah, cause it's so ass. They were like, no, bro, in a good way. I was like, yeah, all right. But that was like one of my first harvests. That was the peyote gorilla. That was like the first time I hit a pound or some shit, or well more than a pound. I think I had like almost 2 pounds or something. But all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I'll be working on that seed to harvest, so y'all be seeing that soon. So make sure you got notifications on for the channel so you can see that.